I've said it in the past, there are camera designs that make you want to buy a camera, just like Nikon's Z-fc. But there are also lenses that are so perfectly matched to that camera that make you desire to get the Z-fc. Yeah, and I have some right here, and this is Sirui's latest sniper series, and I have all three of them here. Hi, it's Cheng here from RED35. I am ultra excited to share with you the latest and ultra fast autofocus enabled Sirui's sniper lenses, the 23, the 33 and 56mm f1.2. And I've said it earlier that if you have second thoughts about getting a new retro Nikon and couldn't decide between the Z-fc or ZF, well, here's a good reason that you may want to get the cheaper Z-fc. All because of these lenses. Yes, Sirui's sniper lenses are APS-C lenses, and it means that while it's compatible with the brand new ZF, you need to operate them in DX mode, in crop mode, so to speak. But when you factor into the current prices of the Z-fc, you can get these three lenses and the Z-fc for the price of just the ZF body. Well, at least in the UK. So you can get shooting straight away with three gorgeous Bokeh prime lenses. But before I continue, please subscribe if you haven't already done so, where you will see all my comprehensive lens reviews and the occasional camera reviews, plus a whole load of photographer debates and live stream contents. Anyway, without further ado, let's do a deep dive right now. Sirui has been making lenses for some time, but mostly within the filmmaking sector, offering some of the best value anamorphic lenses around. But they have been secretly making lenses for photography, and the sniper lenses are their first flagship prime lenses for photographers. I mentioned flagship, and you can kind of guess that the sniper series build quality is simply fantastic, apart from the slightly plastically lens hood. But don't worry about that, the rest of it is entirely metal, including the focusing ring and, surprisingly, the front filter thread ring. Which, yeah, truly surprising because a lot of the mainstream manufacturers, including some of the expensive options, are now using plastic. So it's good to see metal, definitely. So well done, Sirui. The focus ring on all three lenses are silky smooth, perhaps maybe just a little bit artificial, because none features manual clutch mechanism like my beloved Olympus lenses. And depends on what system you use these lenses on, it can be a little pain to manual focus for close-ups or for videos, which I'll come to that later. But in terms of build, what you really can't fault the Sirui sniper lenses. They are as good as money can buy. I'm shocked when Sirui first sent the original cat images to me, because the black version looks very similar to the Olympus Pro lenses. The black metal barrel and that silver and blue dressing ring near the front of the lens. So rather than opting the black that I may potentially mistaken as my Olympus lenses, I went for the Snow White version, which I think is pretty cool and very, very different. Because 95% of the lenses out there are black, as you know, and you don't usually see white lenses unless you're going for some ultra long range prime lenses that, wildlife photographers tend to use. Speaking of Olympus prime lenses, I'm also shocked to learn that Sirui is following Olympus' strategy by making all three prime lenses identical in size, which we all know the reasons, but I'm still very pleasantly surprised by it. But anyway, all three lenses have the same external dimension, and at 92mm long, they are hardly big at all. All three lenses have the same 58mm filter thread, which is actually smaller than the MFT 1.2 Pro lenses. Weight is also kept to minimum for 1.2 prime lenses, at around 400 grams each. So even on my ultra lightweight Z-fc, they feel balanced and I don't feel burdened when I'm out and about with all three lenses. In summary, I'm surprised to see how compact they are, given that they are all 1.2 prime lenses for APS-C cameras. So, good on you, Sirui. We know Sirui makes good cine lenses, especially for the price. And let's see how these guys perform in the real world before I show you my geeky brick wall. Pretty nice, huh? And I think Sirui's first autofocus photography lenses are pretty decent. Of course, for the price. And I don't think you will go wrong with any of these three lenses. Performing in the real world is perhaps what I'm more interested about. Yet, I know many would like to see some pixels, right? I know you do. Anyway, here's my brick wall and see if these sniper prime lenses are any good. As you can see, central sharpness is pretty decent with all three lenses, but I'm surprised to see how sharp the 23mm is. Both 33 and 56mm has some halo effect, which smearing the detail just a little bit at 1.2, but stopping down to 2.8 will sharpen up things dramatically. Optical achieved at 5.6 in all three lenses, and diffraction won't happen until f11. Edge sharpness performance is also pretty equal between all three prime lenses. Again, 23mm is the best performer here, but both 33 and 56mm strangely perform better than the central region of themselves. And I mean that you get very decent sharpness even at 1.2 aperture, and you get edge-to-edge sharpness at 5.6. And diffraction isn't really a problem until f11. At f1.2, all three lenses will give you some old school charm, especially strong with the 33mm. If you want some clinical sharpness, it is best to stopping down to 2.8. The vintage glow is particularly strong with the reflective highlights in the frame. It depends on how you like your images to look. I think it's quite interesting for portrait. Bokeh is pretty creamy, and it's like feather bokeh, just a little bit, in the Olympus lenses. So it's good to see that, because I'm a big fan of this type of rendering. Without any lens profile correction, all three sniper lenses appear to have some sort of distortions. 23 has slight barrel distortion, and both 33 and the 56 have pincushion distortion, which I haven't seen in a while. Again, all three prime lenses exhibit around one stop of vignette, but gone by stopping down to f2.8. But for intended purposes, they all perform to my expectation, especially for an ultra-fast f1.2 prime. During my test, I didn't see much flare with any of these three prime lenses. Whatever coating Sirui uses, well, definitely works the magic against any unwanted flares. Though, as you know, I actually do love them in my portrait photography, so I can add some drama and romance into the overall aesthetics. Fringing is also pretty well controlled, given the fact that these are ultra-fast primes. They can still be found with some high contrast scenes, but I wouldn't say that they are destructive and can be corrected in post pretty easily. Another strong point given to Sirui is the AF performance of these sniper prime lenses. They are quiet and pretty snappy. Definitely a step up from TT Artisan's AF motor, but I would say that it's on par with Viltrox AF speed. And this means that this lens can be used in moderate speed CAF applications and should be able to keep up and keep all the focus in check in videos too. Sirui expertise in video lens production shows here, and I think the AF works brilliantly in video tracking, and there's almost no breathing that I can see in both 23 and 33mm lenses. Perhaps just a tiny little bit on the 56, but it's still streets ahead in any other lenses I've seen in this price range. So if you want to make use of the shallow depth of field from these 1.2 primes, you can, without having to worry about breathing at all. So, great stuff. So, I've left with some positive surprises and some improvements that I would like to see Sirui to address in the near future. But these are handsomely built and designed lenses, and they all possess some of the most organic image rendering in modern digital photography. And heck, they are very good value for money too. And remember what I said, you can get the Z-fc with all 3 sniper prime lenses together for just the brand new ZF body alone. And I mean, well, you can't really go wrong with this setup, right? As you can see from the demonstration video here. So, would I recommend them? Oh yes, without a second thought. And I think they are good. No, I think they are great, considering that these are Sirui's first crack at AF photography lenses, and I think they are doing a pretty decent job. Yes, there are things to improve, such as sharpness between f1.2 and f2 in all 3 lenses, and there are some distortion. But these things won't stop anyone from taking stunning photographs. And the fact that China is slowly entering the AF market is very interesting, and we better get used to it, and we should expect to see more of them. A lot more. So I'm excited, and I will wait eagerly for Sirui to release more interesting AF lenses for all formats, including of course my beloved MFT. So that's it folks, thanks for watching, and what do you think of these very cool looking Snow White ultra fast sniper prime lenses from Sirui? Do you think it's a good thing that we now have even more choices than the usual suspects? And more importantly, more affordable and performing choices in photography? I surely am. And that's it folks, you know what to do now. Thumb if you like this video and sub if you want to stay in touch with all things photography, filmmaking, and of course, lens reviews. Peace.